So I want to cover a lot of techniques in this series on passing the guard. This is probably the most common position you're going to end up in as a wrestler, especially going against like a prime jiu-jitsu guy. If it's another, wrestler versus wrestler, people like to be on the feet, you may take them down and find yourself in position. But a lot of times, people even pull guard or start in this type of position. So you got to be able to pass. You can't just say, hey, stand up to your feet, let's go. Like, you got to be able to engage with them and get to side control, get to our mount, score points here, right? So first thing first, just key concept here is I don't want at any point one arm in and one arm out of his guard, right? So I either want to be both arms in here or both arms out, right? So if I'm ever like this, where he's got one arm in, one arm out, I'm in trouble. He's looking for triangles, looking for arm bars, right? So just kind of keep that in mind, is you're in danger anytime that's the case. So if you are in his guard, be in here, both arms in, or both arms on the outside of his guard, right? So first pass we'll cover is just your stack pass. So this goes with that key concept, is I'm gonna swim underneath both of his legs and look to stack him on his shoulder. So it's here, inside, grabbing both of his legs. And for here, I'm just going for a gable grip, just a real simple gable grip. And I wanna get my grip as close to his hips as possible because I'm trying to control his hips. So I get here, I get his hips, and I'm gonna come up to my feet, and I'm gonna stack him on his shoulders. And this is, kind of an uncomfortable position, so I'm gonna allow him to let his legs fall to the side. I'm gonna drop my hand to his far shoulder here, just turn my hips, and look to get to my side control position. We'll pass on the other side. So again, I'm going to swim both my arms to the outside, catch his legs, stack him up, grab his far shoulder, allow his hips to fall, and get to my side control position here. My other pass from here is I can bring him all the way through to that front headlock position and kind of put him in like a turtle situation. So I'm here swimming, grabbing, attacking. I'm gonna flip him all the way through and get to this turtle type position. Now from here, I can work my front headlock stuff, or I can simply take the back and work for my back take positions. One more time. So again, I'm feeding through, stack pass, boom, all the way through. Looking to take the back, work those positions. Cool. And I'm going here, that's gable grip. And when I stack, bringing both feet up, here, far side. Kind of let the legs flow down. Next pass is attacking the far cross ankle. So I'm going to look to attack this cross ankle, so cross ankle, cross grip. And I'm gonna try and get inside his knee here and just press it down to the mat. Get this big wide angle where I can come around his body. So it's here, press it down, come around, and look to come to that pass and come inside. So again, cross ankle, right? Press the knee down, boom, coming around, looking to pass. If you get slick with it, you can even do it without the knee and kind of just pull here, look to pass, getting side control. The key is like getting that knee, past the hip line. So here, we're gonna turn inside. Now his most common reaction here is gonna be throwing this top leg over the top to try and defend. So I get this cross ankle, I go to press down, he throws that top leg over. So I have to be able to work with this leg and engage with it, because if I just keep continuing down that same path, he's gonna use it to re-engage his hips. So here I'm going to parry inside his hip and bring my head to the far side of his hip so I can come around the outside. This is always a really good drill too, just as a warm up. Try and pass going around, or try and pass where he brings that leg across. So here, going cross grip, pressing the knee, he brings the leg up, boom, coming inside. Go around the far side, going to the opposite side. One more time. Secure that. Other really common pass you're gonna see or engage in is hand on the hip and then pressing that knee down and looking for our bullfighter pass or knee slide through. So I'm just getting to my headquarters position where I'm pushing one leg down, I'm stepping in and I'm sealing off this far side. So I'm bringing my elbow to my knee. So when he goes to bring this leg in, I can kind of seal that off and I'm catching inside his leg, going right to his hip. From here, I transition this shin hand up to his knee. And this is the headquarters position I want to be in. From here, I'm pressing a lot of pressure down to his knee, down to his hip, and just looking to come through, knee cut, pass here, or big step back and press the leg. So it's here, boom, I press on the knee, big step back, guide in with the pass. You may even end up this position where he closes his legs, right? And I get here and here, and I can't kick back. That's totally fine. I still want to press this knee, and I want to start feeding this knee through. In the knee cut position, I'm going to underhook the far side, look to lift this arm and come through. So first pass is bullfighter, kicking that back. I'm here, boom, kick back, clear the knee. This hand is working too, so it's looking to get this leg out of the picture. If I turn around this way, so if I come here, headquarters, I get to the hip, I'm kicking, and then moving that out of the way, and getting the hip inside, so I can start to clear. This time he catches it, so here, he catches the leg. I'm going to, instead of kicking back, come forward, get that knee in, and key thing here is, if I lose this hip, and he starts to come up, he's gonna cut that angle, right? So I wanna put a lot of pressure on that hip and look to underhook the far side. So I'm here, boom. I'm pressuring down on his hip, but I'm also catching that underhook on the far side, getting my head on the opposite side of my underhook and just looking to feed through. I can even use this other leg to clear it and come on through. One more time. So here, he's catching that. I'm coming pressure, underhook, head to the mat, clearing that. Nice. So these are your most common passes, from standing, kind of playing this guard. I also like to play a lot from here where I'm keeping this knee up, kind of as a knee slicer to be able to come, go slide or to that half guard type position. So here, if I don't want to be up and he's really good at sweeping or getting my weight going forward, I might want to keep my weight back, but still keep a knee up. If I go to both knees, he's just going to shoot the guard and I'll end up in his guard, which again, I don't want to have to recover from there. So I like to keep one knee up. It can be, whatever you prefer, and then be able to pass from here. So here, I'm also controlling the knees, starting to control the hips, control the wrist. And what I'll do is I'll look for that knee slide. So near side over the top of this thigh, shoot the underhook to the far side here, and then look to elevate this arm, slide through, and catch. So here, I'm coming through, feeding into that far underhook. I'm gonna look to catch that arm. I'm passing and pushing this knee through. He may catch that foot. So a lot of times he's catching that foot with his legs, and I can just use my other foot to get my hips out and clear to come through. So I'm like dripping on you. So if I go that side and I get caught, I may want to bring it back to the other hip. So I'm feeding it through and I get my foot caught. I can elevate here and bring it to this side and look to come head and arm and get my pressure, shoulder pressure here. I want to work my hip inside and look to get to this mount type position or clearing and then coming on top. depending on which way he allows me to go and where his hips are, it might be easier to start by going to that direction. So I'm just here, I'm controlling his knees, I'm getting this pressure over the top, and I'm feeding to his head and his arm underneath and getting the shoulder pressure on top. And from here, again, I can elevate my hips and knee cut the other way from this side, get to my side control position. See that again? So I'm here, feeding my knee to the side, getting to my half guard type position. I'm coming under the head, under the arm, a lot of pressure here, elevating. This knee comes through, knee cut the other side, get to my side control position. Here, hip, this transitions to the top, kick, out of the way. Last position I want to cover from here is our step backs. So I've been playing around a lot with this and having a lot of success stepping back and just changing the angle. So sometimes I may want to, if you can sit up a little bit more, I may want to step in between and then look to step back to create a different angle, right? So here I'll step in between and kind of catch his head as I'm stepping and do a back step and then look to engage with this leg for my knee bar positions, right? So don't forget you can attack the lower body too. Sometimes as wrestlers we forget, we're attacking the torso and up, getting all the wrists, head, and hands, but we also got the lower 50% of his body, his legs that we can attack too. So a lot of times we'll step in between, step back, look to pinch the leg, and look to attack this foot and coming out. And even if he's tying up his legs here, that's okay. This is a prime position for me. I can start to work underneath this far arm, drape over his head, and start to kick out here, right? So this bottom knee is coming in, blocking his leg. I'm working to get that leg out, and then come up top for our side control position, right? Even when I'm here, kind of feeding through, he starts to feed this leg and engage with this leg. I can look to step back here, back step, I'm falling to my hip. I'm draping my arm over the top of his head. He's gonna sit up to his hip, and I wanna just control this top leg, right? Because if he can throw his foot down and hip into me, he's gonna sweep and come over the top. So again, in this position, I'm here, knee slicing through, maybe I wanna step back. He comes up and catches that leg. I'm gonna drape over the top of his leg. My arm is down his spine right here, and I'm catching this top leg to be able to work and control it. This bottom leg is coming and blocking his knee, or I'm using my foot to clear this foot here and come out to my side control position, right? Another back step you'll see, if you step in, he grabs your leg, right? I'm just gonna back step and attack head and arm. So instead of attacking the legs down here, I'm attacking the head and arm and coming underneath and just falling back, falling to my hip. Here, I like to catch the arm here and come up, side control position. So again, we're playing around with this back step. We step in between, he grabs the leg, I back step, head and arm, falling to my hip, boom. Trapping this arm, coming up into this side control position and work from here. Sometimes I'll keep this arm, play around with it, look for subs, bicep slicer from here, all that fun stuff. But really the key is to pass his guard and then come into some type of position to control, side control position. One more time, get it from this angle. So I step in, he attacks the leg, I step back, controlling his head and his arm, falling back to my hip, controlling this arm, turn up the side control. Look for those positions. So one more pass, you can kind of work with this back step, and you'll see this a lot when you try and knee cut and go one way and you can't quite get it that right angle and you want to go to the other side. So you don't have to be so persistent where like, man, I got to get this knee cut, I got to do this one side, and then he hips up and whizzers and takes your back, or he's changing the position, right? So I might go here and like maybe I want to go knee cut there, but he's blocking it. So I'll step back and I attack this leg, but I fall to my far hip, right? This type of position. I like to be over the top of him here and drape this arm down his spine. A lot of times he'll sit up to his hip. Instead of being flat on his back, he'll be in this type of position, right? So he's trying to come up and he's gonna try and use this leg to hip over, but I wanna control this top leg and drape this arm down. From here, I'm pretty comfortable here. I can stay and look from here. Not a ton of submission work, but I can really just clear this bottom leg. So I'm bringing my knee inside and just pulling this leg through until I can hip down and get to the side control, right? So you'll see it from back step, you'll see it from also when I'm going to, let's say I'm trying to be here and knee cut, right? And it can't quite get the knee cut there, and I'm pressuring this side, I might step back and be here, right? So I'm gonna drape this over, catch that leg, look to clear that bottom leg out, just come on top. So again, be flexible to be able to go to both sides. And again, we can attack not only the top of the body, but the back step and attack the legs too. So I'm here, boom, stepping back, attacking legs, looking for knee bar, boom. One more time this side. So I'm back stepping, attacking here, kind of controlling the head and the legs here. Even if he locks it up, right? I may sit here, control the leg, and just kind of weave underneath, clear this top leg until I can get this straight, fall to my hip, boom, attack. Right. Last one is just a fun one. Sometimes we're attacking this passing guard position. I'm trying to get underneath, I'm grabbing ankle, I'm flipping them up, and I just, for whatever reason, just can't find the angle to get past. And you've got really good guard players here. So sometimes you just have to change the angle. So a lot of times when he sits up to his butt, I may just look to cartwheel over the top of him. So in cartwheeling over the top of him, I'm looking to get one hand to the center, right in between, and the other hand is gonna go either to the top of his head, but more ideally to the back of his head so I can kind of push that down. So it looks like this, where I'm coming in between, and I'm changing the position. Looking to get to here where I can attack the back. But even if I get to here and he goes down to his back, tries to change, I may just be here and end up in this type of position where I'm changing it out, right? One more time. So here, I'm just coming in between, center, coming top of his head, looking to jump over the top, get to this type of position where I can work from here.
No bad guard players at Gio as a camo.
Wow.
Hey, I'm a big fan of the flying guillotine.
So today we covered a lot of the positions you're gonna see in jiu-jitsu, takedowns, takedown defense, passing the guard, sweeping from bottom, even wrestling up. So we're gonna get into more in-depth positions later in the series, your side controls, your mounts, your different submissions that you're gonna find from different positions. But if you have any questions about what you saw today or any comments, put that down in the comments below, and we'll cover more later in this series. So I'm excited you stopped by. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.